some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. On the move from inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense will have the first possession of the game. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on 3rd down.
Georgia lining up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He gets it away from his own end zone. Got it near midfield. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. So Alabama's offense will have its first possession of the game. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, they can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
He's got it on the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Creates a little space. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. The Dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on 3rd down. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. The give to the back. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24. And the Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Rides to the back. Breaks into the open. Quick step and go. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. The Bulldogs, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Leaves it with the back. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Pulls and throws off the RPO. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And that RPO play was run to perfection. The run fake forced and sucked the defense up, and a nice job on the route by the receiver, not telegraphing that he was breaking to the inside on the slant.
The short hands, it's Dixon. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. The Dogs in a good spot here with second and short. Off the RPO, complete. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this third and short, they're still thinking touchdown. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Got it in the middle, it's Ginn. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Get it out on the screen. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. And the Dogs trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. Grab behind the line. It's Dixon. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Off the play fake. He'll throw it. Touchdown Bulldogs! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
Just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution, running and throwing the football? Wow.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to get you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. Kent State is currently ahead inside a jam-packed Dick Stadium, but the Golden Flashes have not been able to separate themselves offensively. They're up by 10 over Buffalo. The Maction never sleeps, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Oh, he's got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
PAT AT unit on the field. And the extra point makes it 14-0. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. To say this has been a slow start. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. This pressure from the defensive front is overwhelming, much like when three-time All-American David Pollock played on the Georgia defensive front. Whatever happened to that guy?
A washed-up old guy. I've heard bad things about that guy. But no, when you look at these defenses Georgia's had, these dominant defenses, man, it's just big, physical guys up front. You think about the Jordan Davises and the Trayvon Walkers of the recent past, just guys that dominate a football game. You have to know where they're at on every snap.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end.
Still early in the game after that incompletion setting up 4th down. You are trailing, but do you want to get aggressive? Do you want to play it safe? Does this thing get out of hand? Those are all questions and factors that are swirling around this head coach's mind now.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. New set of downs after the completion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got a man in the middle. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. They'll run play action. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole, and you just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. It's good, and they'll push that lead out a little further.
And I'll be honest, I don't love the call. On fourth and that short, I want to go for it. But you trust your kicker, he does his job, and he puts 3 on the board.
That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. He'll bring it out. It's Algier. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
When this offense wants to, boy, they can go fast. After the completion and first down, right back to the line of scrimmage for more tempo.
Right on the money. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. Alabama pushing the tempo. Going to the ground. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Third and short now from their own 48. Looking to throw for it. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
But for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. A strike downfield. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. Georgia going back to work with another first down. Just keeps slinging it. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute. So now it's second and long. They'll send the tight end in motion. The play action fake. Finds his man. It's Ginn. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Now facing a third and long. Here's the pressure. Grabbed in the middle. It's Ginn. He'll come through on third down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Looking to fire. Got his man downfield. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Phyllis, take a peek at what's happening in this interesting battle in the MAC. Kent State is currently ahead inside a jam-packed Dick Stadium, but the Golden Flashes have not been able to separate themselves offensively. They're up by a field goal over Buffalo. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this meeting in the MAC.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Now on first down from the 28. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Wants to go up top. He'll pull it down. There he goes. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Takes the easy throw in the flat.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. Tight end now in motion. On third down, he drops to throw. Makes the catch. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. They'll look to pin him deep. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Power football with the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Lining up, trying to convert this third and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Georgia sent out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. He'll keep it himself. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. Alabama quickly back to the line. Back to pass on second down. Dances away to buy time. Gets down at the last possible second to avoid getting lit up. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's third down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. Quick handoff. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Gets open down the middle. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Punt is in the air. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab on the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. This will likely be the last play of the half. To the air on second down. Got it in the middle. It's Algier. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Athens. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering two things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Dooley Field inside Sanford Stadium.
Returner's going to try to see what he can get. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Trying to set the tone with the run. Got enough for the first. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Alabama just did work on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to it. They're going to ride this running back. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. Wants to fire on second down. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. The freshman brought down after bringing that one in. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Got it behind the line. It's Algier. Turning it on. Oh, the speed, the acceleration, the elusiveness, and he's down to the 43. He'll pull it on the read. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. A famous writer once said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down. Got his man on the outside.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
It's a reverse. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback on the keeper. Past the 1st down marker and still running. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on the score. Now the play fake. Wide open downfield. Touchdown Bulldogs. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
That just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5.
The return is tackled
Here comes that Alabama offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down. Got his man out of the backfield. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Works the middle of the field. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another 1st down. Under fire. He's going to take off. Breaks into the open. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. Off play action on 1st down. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The incomplete pass leaves him with 2nd down. It's complete to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And his foot's just inside that right upright. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable ACC clash. Georgia Tech went into hostile territory and came away with a convincing victory. The Yellow Jackets always seem to get everyone's best punch, but today they were the ones who delivered the knockout. Never know what can happen when two good teams face off, but even the most plugged-in ACC fans have to be surprised by this one, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Here's the handoff. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Now on the return. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pulls it in, it's Algier. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the 1st down. Sends it back in motion. wants to go up top on first down. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Under fire. And the pass is incomplete. It's the final play of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback. And DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this team.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
And his throw is incomplete. And the Bulldogs line up, trying to move the sticks on third and short. Tries to slither forward on the sneak. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. To the ground with the back. They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Off play action. Fires left. He makes a catch. Touchdown, Dogs! And they add 6 more to the Moorhead trip to the house. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Wants to throw on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires to the tight end.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch of these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. He'll do it himself. Got enough space, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
The Crimson Tide rolling on the ground, tries to keep momentum going. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Swings it out to the flat. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. Trying play action. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And this defense has done such a great job. Another sack on the day. They forced an interception. They've been flying all over the field playing great defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Pulls it in, it's Potts. At the 35, he's loose. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. They'll ride the hot hand. He steps out of bounds right at the 45-yard line, and now they're starting to put things together. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Throws to the tight end. He's got an open man. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up this scoreboard.
Finds his man in the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll move the tight end. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. They'll run play action. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. 3rd and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here. Just don't take a negative play. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. Field goal is good. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
On the run from inside his own 5. Maybe a little too bold on that return as he's out of bounds at the 11. Here comes that Alabama offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. And down he goes back at the 3.
I know this defense came into this game hoping to get pressure on the Colts. I don't know in their wildest dreams if they ever thought it was going to look this good. I lost track at 5 sacks. They have been all over this quarterback today.
Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. From the gun, running back gets to give. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Snags it over the middle. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Working that left side now. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Handoff from the gun. This freshman makes a stop after a short gain. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Running back searching for a hole. Brought down at the 37-yard line, and this defense denies them on 3rd down. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Right down the boulevard. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. And some room to work. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Pass to Sticks and still on his feet. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Red pass, it's complete. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Still firing away as they'll go down swinging. Makes the catch. It's Potts. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.